Welcome back to the greenhouse. It's Chrissy from Up the Windy Lane. I'm a little behind today. We're going to start some seeds, and I'm actually starting 2 weeks worth because last week I didn't start seeds because I didn't actually feel super great. So we're going to do those today, and it'll be okay. I'm not like that far behind because, well, I'm really not far behind. It's how I spread it out, and that's why. So if something happens, it still works out. So let's get started and see if we can do this on this really dreary, rainy, cold day. I have my water out here. I still have some soil in here. Let's see what this looks like. This is actually the soil from the other time. So probably that's kind of fluffy. So we need to add water to that. Not sure. I guess they think they're getting fed. Not really sure. They're not. I will update you on the seeds that are actually started as well. So we're going to use a little seed blocker, a soil blocker today, and I'm going to show you it. It is the small one that I got. You guys have been watching my videos when I do my soil blocks. This one, I should have taken better care of this. It got wet and stayed that way. And a little bit at one time. And so this is a 2-inch soil blocker. Of course, it does 4. And it has these little, ooh, that's loud, these little like divots that'll put indentions. Now the cool thing is those actually come out, and I have some that are this size that will go in those. So these are 1/4-inch blocks is what I'm going to be using today. There's 20 in this one, and so I wanted to use this. It went on sale, so I got this one, and then I can actually up pot from here to here whenever I add those inserts into the other one. And it'll leave room for this to go into, if that made any sense. So this is what we're going to use today. One of the reasons I got this is because it uses less soil right now. I can start more seeds in a smaller area, and I'm not wasting as much space and as much dirt starting the seeds because I have seeds inside that didn't germinate. So I have that taken up like with part of the tray. So that's what we're going to use these for today. I'm going to be starting some kohlrabi. We're going to be starting kohlrabi. We're going to be starting some cabbage, some lettuce, and so forth. So tiny little seeds for these. So they won't be able to be in here for a super long time, but I can see if they germinate. Hopefully you can hear me over the rain. So I can see if they germinate, and then I can move them to the bigger blocks, and hopefully that's not going to be a pain in the butt. So I don't know. We'll see how it works out, but I'm kind of excited to use these. I'm also going to give you an update on what I started a couple weeks ago and show you how they're doing. Like rain, I've got chickens in here, I've got dogs barking because they want the chickens. It's like a mess here. So the Swiss chard actually did germinate a little bit. If I can get this open, if you'll see that, how cool. Now this is the Swiss chard that was like from 2014. So it actually germinated, which is so neat. This is the Brussels sprouts that I planted. Now you remember these? I planted all this in the disposable containers that I'm trying to reuse. Those did really well, like so much better than what has been doing or happening inside. Now these, I mean, they're okay. They did germinate. These are the seeds that have not been doing very well. And I'm wondering if they're just old. I don't know. Those didn't do bad. So I guess I'll be taking these off. I'm wondering though if I'm pretty sure that is a wintry mix that's hitting the greenhouse. Okay. All right, well, whatever. So everything is germinating pretty good. I may not be able to stay out here and record. That kind of sucks. So we've had some really nice weather. Like a couple of days ago, it was like 50, 60 degrees, and today's high, I think it's like 40-ish or 30-ish, and tomorrow's high is 33. So we're getting down into the 20s tonight, so I shut the barn doors and everything. So I haven't decided yet, but with just being one day, I may leave all this out here. So I think it will be okay. Keep it covered up. We'll see. I don't know. Hopefully it does okay. But let's get this at least started, and I think I can probably get away with one tray, hopefully. So here's what we have so far. I should have turned this one this way as well, but I didn't. But these, look how tiny these are. They're so small. The only thing I don't like is you can barely see where the seeds are going to go. So hopefully that will work out okay. But this works just like the other one. You get the soil wet enough to where it's going to stick together. And this one I think I can actually do one-handed maybe. So you get it to where there's water coming out the top, is what I usually do anyways. I scrape off the bottom, so it's just like that. And then I am pushing down on this one just a little bit to make sure there's that divot. But then that's it. Adorable. A little 3/4 inch cubes. So let's get some seeds in these because I have no idea how many I need. So I don't know how many seeds I need or how many blocks I need because I do have, let's see, this is the 9th and the 16th. Okay, so these would have been done first. So these are kohlrabi, which I actually have in the house started. There are no seeds in that one. And they have came up, but I'm going to go ahead and plant these as well. So this is going to be interesting. These were packed for 2023, so it should be okay. But these are, like, if you've never seen kohlrabi seeds, let me show you. They are tiny, tiny little seeds, like cabbage, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and so forth. All right, let's see if we can do this. I don't know. These are... All right, let's go here. Oh, wow. I don't know about that because those do not want to stay in there. In that little... I guess I should have pushed down a little bit harder. Lesson learned. They also make these little plastic things that you can put your seeds in and then kind of like they drop into these little holes and then you open it up over the top, but they're kind of expensive and I figure I'll just have to take my time, which I guess we'll see. I mean, they're on there, but whether it's going to work or not. Okay, this is what I have so far. I'm out of plant markers, so I'm going to take a picture of this and then take these off and put them back in the package and put the clear on top of here. And then I will have to mark these. This one I only had about 9 or 10 seeds, so this is not a full thing, but all the other ones there was 20 seeds. This one I think I ended up using all of what was left. So we'll see how they do, but I'm kind of excited about using this for the first time and we'll see if I want to use it again. I'm gonna grab one of these, put on top so it doesn't dry out really bad. I'm not really sure how this will do though, with it being so small in a large area. So hopefully it doesn't, okay, I can't even get these on here. There. Now it's on there. So I don't know. We'll see how these do with them being so small in there and having all that extra space. But I am really impressed with how these are doing. And if you remember, I kind of cut these up and used my pencil and they're coming up fairly decent. You can see that quite a few has germinated. Some of them down in there haven't peeped out of the hole yet. But I'll just have to keep an eye on them and make sure that they stay nice and moist. These, on the other hand, those are doing really well. So, I don't know. I'm just pretty impressed with those. Those may just stay like that. Now, these are the onions that I've started before everything. And they're coming up fairly decently. And they're staying nice and moist. And seems to be doing okay in here. If that's the case, it's really cool because this is not a heated greenhouse by any means. The windows don't even all shut because now it's kind of like tilting, leaning, I don't know. Anyways, the ground settled and now it's kind of, you can tell, I don't know. I think this was actually, this post right here was put, it's actually just sitting on the ground. It's not in the ground, so it's sitting on the ground and there's of course a post all around the outside. But I think that it wasn't actually in the garden. It was on like the soil outside right on the edge, and this in here had been tilled before and so it was softer. And I think that's kind of what's happened. I'm not really 100% sure, but it still works and it's still here, so I still use it. And it seems to be working okay. Like right now it's chilly in here. Now in the summer it gets really, really, really hot, but it's stayed pretty decent, except for tomorrow. Tonight and tomorrow it's gonna be pretty chilly. All right, so I have these done. It just looks really weird because of those little bitty blocks, but I'm gonna clean off my tools As you can see, I got to get this cleaned off. I do like this because part of this is kind of like a rubber or plastic on the outside. I do like that so it won't be so apt to rust like the other one. But I'm going to clean this off. I'm going to clean my shovel off and put those up. And I'm going to write everything down in my calendar. I forgot my pencil, so I'll have to do that when I get inside. And put my seeds up. Get rid of empty packages. See if there's anything else I need to order. And that is it. 2 weeks worth of seeding, which is kind of weird that it's like in one thing. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. So anyways, all right, let me know what you're starting, what you have started. Maybe you're like way ahead of the game than me. I am in zone 6B. So some of you may be starting earlier. Some of you may be having to wait. I will try to remember to put that in the title as well. And that way you all know kind of like what everybody, you know, kind of where I'm at, you know, in the United States. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful. Let me have any comments below of what you're starting, etc. And don't forget to be lovely lights today.